What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Freshie. I wanted to make this video today because, I don't know, it's been on my mind for like the last 24 to 48 hours. And I feel like I'm pretty vocal about my life and things that I go through, but not like all the way vocal about a lot. Because a lot of things, I mean, to be honest, you don't need it to be vocal. Um, so first, for starters, I saw a therapist for a few months last year, and one of the things that we were tackling is kind of like how I ended up in this mental place where I'm thinking about, being judged by other people. I'm insecure. I'm so defensive. I am, just kind of, I'm always aggressive, and I'm always trying to talk to people about like my accomplishments and things along that nature. Um, and she asked me like, when was that time where I ever was just kind of like free, and just kind of like lived and didn't care about other people, and was just kind of enjoying every moment that I was in, and really just on a vibe or whatever. And I'm not saying this verbatim. I'm just kind of paraphrasing what she said. And what I thought about was when my grandmother was still living, and that was back in like 2006 when she passed. And all the times before that, whenever I went to go visit her, I just felt so comfortable. Like I was just a kid, and we did like Bible Jeopardy and just shared some experiences that most kids would have, like going out playing basketball in the country, and looking at the stars, and back at home, going through the neighborhoods, playing with the neighborhood kids. Like, just that younger age was when I just felt like a kid. I mean, I just felt like I didn't have the responsibility of the world, which I'm going to get back to later. So the reason why I'm making this video now is because last night, I was just thinking, like, I really wish I had, like, a child love experience back when I was going to like summer camps. Like summer camps when, Andre, 3000 was out, National Players Anthem, Sorry Miss Jackson, like that kind of like that vibe, that time frame, because I could only imagine like not having the weight or the whole adulting factor into it, but you're just a kid and you can't drive, you can't ask your mom to take you places for real, and you just looking forward to going to summer camp every day because of this person you got a crush on, and then trying to talk your parents into going to that same exact summer camp the following year to see if your crush is still there, and like y'all got like this little cute kid like vibe or whatever, and like that would have been like the perfect, like, I wouldn't say love experience, but it would have been a good example of like when I remember being just so free that nothing else mattered. Nothing. And again, this is early 2000s, so when I'm like 10, 11, 12, 13, because shortly like after that is when I started dealing with so many people just so like anti me, anti my success, anti just weird. Like I grew up playing sports. I've always played sports. Then I met a sports team where the coach was basically didn't play me, didn't want to play me, and basically had this mindset like you'll never go D1. So I'm gonna play the people that's gonna go D1. Or I'm going to invest. So like I'm at practice noticing like how much attention you're giving to other people, and that's literally your response to me. And by the time I'm in the 8th grade, like it's affected me. It's affected me since the 6th grade and up. Like it's fucked with me. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let me get my numbers right. If I'm born in '93, yeah. So I'm 13 or whatever. And so when I get to that mindset, I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'm gonna go D1, because you said I'm never gonna make it to college. Like I'm never gonna get a scholarship. That's what it was. He said I wasn't gonna get a scholarship to college and that I wasn't gonna go D1. And so my mindset after that was, I'm gonna get a college scholarship. So that's what I did, bro. Like, I made sure I did everything I could. I went hard. I had an AAU team. I was going to practice at 5, 6 a.m. with my coach before school. After school, we were staying late. Like, anything that I could do to make myself better as an athlete, that's what I did. I did every single sport. Like, I'm just trying to get in, get out. Like, just to prove this one person wrong. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I focused on. And I got a college scholarship and I got offers for D1 schools, but I turned them down because I'm just so active in other things, extracurricular activities, that I didn't want to commit fully to a D1 school because that's all you do. So I chose to go D2. And then after that, I was a dual sport college athlete for 2 years, and I eventually focused on one thing. And then I did professional. Since this man said this to me, any opportunity that arose, I never said no to. I always went in it. I always did it. And because my thing is, if I don't like it, I don't have to stay. I can stop. So that's kind of how that went. But that's when that started. After 2003 to 4 to 5 to 6, that's when I was dealing with the insecurities of myself, trying to make people understand, like, you just not going, you can't say these things to me. I'm going to prove you wrong. That's when that started. Now, socially, I'm in middle school, 2006, 2007, 2008. And people that went to school with me will probably agree with me. I was bullied, but they will never say that I was bullied because I was so athletic. I was such a tomboy. I was such a what have you, that in that middle school age, people call you a boy. People, they just talk about how much you want to be a boy or look like a boy or I am a boy and make these jokes in the hallways and things like that. And that's when I started having an anger management issue because I can't, there's nothing for me to, I can't do anything. And then set aside there's home life. And home life is like, well, I'm going to come out to my parents. I want to come out to my mom and my dad and stuff, but they're so religious that I'm afraid of how all of this is going to play because they're already, forcing me to dress a certain type of way, forcing me into dresses when I said I don't like dresses. My mom tried to get me pantsuits, and I didn't really like those either. Like, it was so hard. It was a lot of stuff going on for me mentally, and I could not handle it at all. And so when I was in middle school, that's when I started, cutting my wrist, and I tried to hang myself in the closet, which nobody in my family really knows about that. Like, I tried, like I physically couldn't do it. So then finally I told my mom that I was gay the next day, or I was bi, or whatever I said to make her feel comfortable. And like the next day I just felt like a stranger in my house. And now that I'm an adult, I can't really be upset because y'all are so religious that at this moment you don't know how to process all of that stuff. And so I couldn't see any friends outside of school. I couldn't really go to sleepovers. I couldn't really go to the movies or just hang out. Like, I couldn't do a lot of stuff because if I wanted a guy to come to the house, well, you ain't gonna have no boys in the house. And if I wanted a girl to come over to the house to hang out, you definitely not gonna have no girls over to the house. Like, it was just kind of like I'm dealing with so much on top of that, still trying to prove people wrong that saying I ain't gonna go D1, still trying to, I'm getting into music and writing poetry. Like, I'm trying to just vent and let everything out. But to answer my therapist's question from last year, when was that time where I just felt free? It was before middle school. It was before middle school. It was before my grandparents, my grandmother passed. It was before I met that AAU coach. It was before that. That's when I genuinely felt free. So, okay, boom. Why am I making this video today? I'm making this video today because, one, personal documentation. As I told you guys, I've been venting since I was in the 4th, 5th grade. Like, I've always just been open to the most part for myself so that I can go back and listen to some music and be like, damn, I did go through that, bro. Or, you know what I mean? Like, to me, it's just a way for me to vibe with myself. But then I realize being so vulnerable over the internet sometimes will actually affect other people as well and help other people as well. What I'm struggling with now which is affecting almost everything that I'm doing, is trying to get back to that free thinking. Because for 2006, for the last 14 years, it's 2020, all I've done was try to prove people wrong. I've enjoyed everything on along the way, but it stemmed from me trying to prove everything wrong. When I started making videos, videography, like films and movies and scripts and stuff like that, that was for me. That was because I genuinely woke up one day and said I wanted to make a movie. And so that's a genuine interest, and music was a genuine interest, and poetry was a genuine interest for me. Sports was all to prove this one person wrong. I did bobsled and skeleton because, again, I don't say no to any opportunity. If I don't like it, I stop. So I did that. Like, you know what? I'm about to go to the Winter Olympics because this guy said I would never get a scholarship. This guy said I would never go D1, which I didn't, but I got offered, so it's cool for me. I'm cool with that. And I was like, probably also going to think that I'm never going to be a professional athlete, even though I was in track and field. And I'm like, now I'm going to go to the Olympics. I'm going to go to the Olympics and the Winter Olympics and the Summer Olympics. You know what I'm saying? So that man, and this is also to adults that's out there, well, real adults, like older adults, things that you say to kids will fuck them up for life. So be careful of the words you choose and what you say, because I'm telling you as a 26-year-old that I am still consciously and subconsciously trying to prove this man wrong from like 2006. So be cautious of what you say to kids. And I'm sure there's so many people out there that will agree with me as well. Like, just be cautious of what you say to kids, because you never know how it's going to affect you. So again, here I am. I'm a 26-year-old just trying to live a free life, but I'm in conversations with people that aren't regular conversations. I feel like they're undermining my experience. I feel like they're not acknowledging my accomplishments. I feel like everyone's just attacking me when they're not. And I'm realizing this in this past year, that I'm just so defensive. I'm so defensive. And I can't fix it. And I noticed when I talked to the therapist, I told her about this guy and stuff like that. But then last night, realizing the answer to that question outside of my grandparents is, when was the moment that you felt free? And I'm just like, bro, when I was going to summer camps, I didn't care about anything else. I wasn't in middle school. I wasn't doing anything like I was just living, right? For me to recognize that last night, I'm just like, damn, dog. For the last, 15 years or so, I've created this persona. I felt attacked from the world. And, there's other people along the way that, kept refueling this fire. But it's just kind of like, it all started from this one man, dog. And not saying that that's the only experience, but sports has been my life for the last, I don't know, forever. Until the last 2 years when I stopped running for real. And so, for me, I'm just like, damn, how do you fix this? Like, because I can see it. I could be in a conversation with Lacey and I still respond like, I feel attacked about something, or I could be talking to my friends and I feel attacked about something, and I just, you know what I mean? Like, not like in a bad, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a subtle, like, when it's just like, bro, I didn't mean it like that. Like, I'm just asking you a question, or I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. So, being that it's 2020 now, it's February something, it's kind of like, this year is that year for me to figure that out, But I didn't realize this until this last year. As a 25-year-old, living life, like, damn, bro. I'm over here thinking everything normal, but for real, nah. So I think sometimes we show, well, of course with social media, we show people things that we go through, We show people things that we do, we experience, good, bad, ugly, what have you. We attack people over the social media. Sometimes it comes into person. Like, social media just keeps everybody so invested in themselves. And, well, not themselves, but everybody, you know. We're just so all engaged with everything at all times. But it's like, people go through some real shit. I go through some real shit. You go through some real shit. People deal with shit the way that they deal with shit. And I just felt like this video was good for me to put it out. But I also know that this video would resonate with other people. And I also wanted people that's my age and older and even younger people that are dealing with conversations with, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds and younger and older than that. Like, things that you say to these kids will fuck them up. For real, for real. Like, so we all have to be cautious of that. And my personal battle now is just trying to kind of recenter, rebalance, and undo this mindset that's literally taken over my way of thinking. So yeah, I guess that's like, I don't know, I wouldn't call it necessarily a testimony, but that's my story for today. That's my vent for today. That's my, hey guys, I need you to tune in and really listen to what I'm saying. That's my vulnerability. That's my truth. So, yeah, man. Drop down your thoughts below. Let me know if you guys have shared some experiences that are similar to mine. Let me know if you're in a similar mindset or were in a similar mindset, how you got out of it. Just let me know. I took this time out to really expose myself. So any guidance would be lovely. So thank you guys for watching, especially if you watched the entire 17 minutes. Again, my name is Freshie, and see you on the internet. Peace.